All right, we are starting with the first model that's asking us to shade in 7100s. So I would shade in all of these and then write it as a decimal, and it would be 70 hundredths. Then it tells us to estimate first, so I'm going to round this and I'm going to round that to 8, and I'm going to round this to 5, and I'm going to get 40. And then it says to get the actual answer, so this is 28, 56. Cross this off, that's a 0. 4 times 4 is 16, carry your 1. 32 plus 1 is 33. Now I have 3,948, and I know that that cannot be my answer because my estimate was in my tens. Remember, when we are multiplying decimals, we find out how many decimals there are, how many numbers there are after the decimal. There are 2 numbers after the decimal, and I move the decimal place over 2. And that makes sense, 39 and 48 hundredths. My answer is in the tens. All right, number 3. Choose the numerical expression that represents 54 dividing 54 by 9 and then multiplying by 3/4. Well, this is 54 divided by 9 and then it multiplies by 3/4. This one doesn't even have division in it, and this one they're only dividing in both of them. My answer is A. 4. I need to find the measure of GHI. All right. I don't need a protractor because there already is one. What I do have to do is count by fives because I noticed that this is on 45 and this is on 135. So I have to count by fives. It didn't start on 0, so I can't just choose one of these numbers. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. I see that it is 90 degrees. Now, something else you could have done was I could have looked at this and I saw that it was on the 45. And then I look over here and I see that it's on the 135. And I could have just subtracted. And that would have given me the answer as well. All right. Number 5, we're rounding to the tens place. My 2 makes this rest. So this would be 2 and 1/10. Remember, we can just get rid of both of the decimals, or if you want to turn them into zeros, that would be your answer. Number 6, 8 times 5 is 40. 32 plus 4 is 36. 24, 27. So that's 2,760. We are ordering them from least to greatest, and I have them lined up so I can compare place values. These two are the same. I go here. Ooh, I see that this one is the smallest. That would be first. This one would be next. And finally, because there's a 1 here, this is my largest place. And it did say from, oh, Mrs. Carrison made a blunder because it said from, look over here, it says from greatest to least. So I get to put these in opposite order really quickly and just cross that out. So make sure you read that because it tells you. All right, we're going to use this method again to divide. Again, if you divided using regular long division, that's okay. 5 can go into 300. And I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, well, I know that 5 goes into 30 and it goes in 6 times. So if I just had an extra 0, that would be 60 times. And then how many times does 5 go into 40? 8 times. And how many times does 5 go into 7? It goes in 1 time, And do you see the dotted square that's over here? That's your remainder. And there are going to be two pieces left over. So it's 681 remainder 2. Huh. Except this isn't 600. I am so sorry. And I wonder if I did yesterday's wrong as well. It would be 6869 remainder 2. I'm going to look back at yesterday's and I bet you I did that wrong too. No, that one was right, 232. Okay. Going to the next one. Oh, this one again. Do not disappoint me. You cannot just say, "Oh, miles is more, I'm picking that," or "This number looks bigger, I'm picking that." You've got to convert them all to the same thing. I'm going to find my smallest, which is feet, and I'm going to convert everything else into feet. All right. Um, I know that there are 3 yards in 1 foot. So I'm going to multiply 900 times 3, and I get 2,700 feet. And so if you are just choosing and not doing your work, that makes all of us really sad. You must actually convert them. All right. The next thing I'm going to look at is I have to know how many feet are in a mile. And this is only a half a mile, though. But I'm going to tell you how many feet are in a mile, and it's 5,280. So I have to take 5,280, and because this is only a half a mile, I have to divide it by 2. So let's do that. And I get 2,640 feet. 2,640 feet. So I know that. Is it asking me what is the greatest? Yep. So it would be 900 yards. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Sorry, Mrs. Carrison is having technical difficulties over here. The next one is number 10, and it says to draw a line of symmetry and then cross out the shape that doesn't have a line of symmetry. So I have done that. This is the one that doesn't have a line of symmetry. Number 11, it's saying which polygon. It says a regular polygon has equal sides and equal angles. Which polygon shown is a regular quadrilateral? Well, let's look at the ones that have equal sides. This doesn't have equal sides. I noticed that both of these have equal sides, but there is a difference. The difference is it has to have equal angles as well. And I know that this angle and this angle is not the same, but all of these are the same. So my answer would be B. For the next one, it's saying is 67 prime or composite. I look and I know that 67 only has 2 factors, 67 and 1, so it has to be prime. Number 13, we have to solve what's in parentheses first. This is 3, this is 9, and then we multiply, and this is 7. All right, I'm looking for the pattern, and I can see that there it's minus 36. And so then if I subtract and minus 36, I'm going to get 92, and I'm going to get 56. All right, I'm ready to add my fractions, and they're common denominators, so I can just add them. 10 over 10, and this is 6. What does 10 over 10 equal? It equals 1 whole. So I'm going to add that 1 whole to my 6, and my answer would be 7. And then finally, Bonnie and Tom are making rolls for a banquet. They each make about 190 rolls on Tuesday or Thursday. Bonnie makes an additional 110 rolls on Friday, which is a reasonable estimate for the total numbers of rolls. So let's look back at Thursday. It says Bonnie and Tom each make 190 rolls. So I would round 190 to 200, but they each make them. So I'm going to say 200 plus 200. And then Bonnie hops in and makes another 100 on Friday, 110, but I'm going to round it to 100. And then I would add that up in my head and I would get 500. So my answer is B.